Hey, 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 everyone. It is Shonda or Alicia, and it is Friday, and I am rocking my blue in memory of my sister friend that passed on. But hey, we're going to keep this day going. I am Shonda or Alicia, so y'all know when y'all see me, it is time to be inspired. I am so happy to be here today. With a very special guest. I just went over her information. I can't wait to meet her. I'm just excited to meet her as y'all is to meet her. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring up my guest for tonight. Her name is Miss Monique. Hey,
Hey,
Miss Monique, how you doing on today?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I am great, love. Thank you so much for being here on Inspire Talk. I want to give a great shout out to Miss Camille from Game Changer. She put this all together, and she's also my business partner. So I want to give her a big old shout out. Thank you, Miss Camille, for this interview.
Yeah, thank you. She's the best.
Yes, she is. So, for those that don't know who you are, Miss Monique, because I know you have a lot of fans, because what you do, go ahead and tell them a little bit about you.
I am a mother, a grandmother.
Ooh.
Yes, and I'm gonna be honest. Those are two of my best titles. I love my
Mhm.
children, love my grandchildren. I'm also a stand-up comedian and
Okay.
a business owner. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what, and the crazy part is that's what this show was. It's called Your Winning Season. So that's what I titled this show is Your Winning Season.
Yes.
So you said you are a mother and a grandmother. Let's talk about your favorite two titles first. So how old is your child? How old is the oldest?
All the kids are grown. 30 is the oldest. 30 years old.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. I
Oh
had her
wow.
2 weeks before my 21st birthday.
Oh wow. See, and it don't even look like that you have a 30-year-old. That's just like
Yeah,
me. My oldest is be 31 this year. Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you said you are a grandmother. How many grands do you have?
I have two boys, two beautiful boys. Yep.
Okay. See, that's what I love to talk about. See, when your favorite roles are being a mom and a grandma. See, that's me. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I love my grandchildren, grandchildren to life. I love my children life, but it seems like you love the grandchildren more.
And what was I doing before the grandkids? Honestly, I don't even remember my life before the grandkids. I don't. My life was so boring. It was so like,
I
yeah.
know it's like you be sitting around here like, man, I don't even know what to do today. Do I want to go to the store? No, I just think I'm just gonna lay
I
here,
don't
just sit
even
on the
remember.
couch.
Anything past 3 years ago, I don't even remember what my life was like.
Oh wow. So
Yep.
you've been in that happy grandmother stage for 3 years now.
Yes. Yes. I have. It has made my comedy better. I feel like it's giving me, taught me how to kind of love again.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
it gave me inspiration. Just, my prayer life has increased because I'm praying over my
Mm.
grandkids and their
Mhm.
mamas and fathers and their families and, their friends they're going to meet down the line. Like when people
Yeah.
say, I had a praying grandmother, I understand what that means.
Yes.
Like I'm praying for the
Yes.
people that's gonna come in contact with my grandkids when they become adults. I'm praying for my grandson's wife. I'm praying for the
Yes.
teachers. So I understand what it feels like and what it means to have a praying because I had one. I had one. My
Okay.
mother had me at 16. So my grandmother definitely prayed for me because it's evident. I look at my life now. Somebody had to be praying for me. And I know that
Right.
it was my grandmother. Yeah. So I take my role very, very seriously.
Right. So, okay, so I heard you say you a comedian. How long have you been doing that part?
This month is actually my 14th year in comedy.
Whoa, really?
14 years in stand-up comedy. Yep. I
Wow,
just
that's
left my job.
amazing.
I just left my job to do comedy full time 2 years ago. I was on my day job 27 years. I'm also very proud of that. 27
Mhm.
years, same job, child. I can't keep a man, but I could keep a job.
That's right.
I had
I
to throw
know
that in
that's
there.
right. What'd you say? You better single anyway, huh?
I had to throw that in there.
Okay, so what got you into comedy?
My life was just going in a direction that I just wasn't pleased with. I mean, it was
Okay.
nothing really. I felt like I wasn't living my purpose. I felt like I was just living.
Mhm.
And as much as I love my kids, comedy helped me to love my kids even more.
Okay.
Motherhood was kind of a struggle for me.
Mhm.
I was just, because I had them, and not that I was so young when I had them, but I was just in a place where I didn't even know who I was when I became a mother. I had no idea. I was still dealing with some of the things that was placed upon me as a child,
Mhm.
and I threw myself into motherhood, and it
Mhm.
was a really really dark place for a long time, a very long
Okay.
time. And I just started praying and asking God to show me why He created me, because I was like, I know there's more to life.
Yeah.
There's more to life, and I just needed Him to show me. So I started really praying on it,
Mhm.
and really really letting go of what I thought happiness looked like.
Mhm.
So the
Mhm.
more I prayed and asked God to show me why He created me,
Mhm.
comedy came in. Comedy came out of left field too. Let me tell you, comedy came out of left field. I had never thought about becoming a comedian. I had no plans, no
Mhm.
goals. I wasn't the class clown. I
Mhm.
was none of that. But I did love entertainment. I always loved music. I wanted to
Right.
be a rapper when I was growing up. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a
Mhm.
rapper, or
Mhm.
Oprah. I wanted to be Oprah.
I think that was everybody's dream when they saw
I
Oprah
want,
on the TV. I want to be Oprah.
yeah, I want to be Oprah. I want to be Oprah. And I kind of didn't know how things were gonna happen for me. I didn't know what. I just started praying, and God said, "You know what? Why don't you do this?" I was 38, I think, when I started comedy, and it came
Mhm.
to me like a lightning out of the sky, and it
Mhm.
knocked the wind out of me. And here I am, 14 years later.
Wow. Wow.
14.
Now let me ask you a question. You say you've been doing it for 14 years. Do you remember your first joke that got you on stage?
Oh, that's a good question. It's funny because the first time I touched the microphone, I went to an open mic in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and
Okay.
I had no idea what to say. I had no idea what to say. I had no idea about a joke and how to put a joke together, what a joke looked like, what it feels like. So I watched the other comedians, because I think I was like number 20 on the list for the open mic,
Mhm.
and I didn't know what I was gonna say.
Right.
So to answer your question, it was two women sitting at the bar. It was two black women at the bar, and I walked up to
Okay.
those women. I said, "Ladies, I'm gonna try comedy for the first time in my life, and I'm nervous." They said, "Girl, we here for you. We gonna cheer you on. We're gonna get you a
Mhm.
Long Island iced tea." So they bought me a Long Island iced tea,
Okay.
and I took a sip of that, and I got on stage, and I remember saying something like, if I can be honest, I think it was something about my weight. Something
Mm.
like I'm fat, or I'm big, or guess how much something silly about my weight.
Okay. Okay.
And child, they went to laughing, and they was laughing and cracking up. I said, "What you?" It's funny, but it ain't that funny. So, and I think I said something like, "All right, settle down. Y'all wasn't supposed to laugh that hard. Y'all was supposed to joke." And then the more I talked about their reaction, the more they laughed. So
Okay.
I was like, just going back and forth about my weight, and they loved it. And
Mhm.
I realized at that moment that comedy really is about talking about the things that is painful a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's what comedy is. Comedy is being able to turn things that's awkward into a thing. And
Yeah.
I had it's not like I went around talking about my weight. I'm a big girl. But when
Mhm.
I talked about it, I didn't feel big. I didn't feel like they didn't make me feel like, oh my God, you're big. I actually felt relief.
Okay.
Like I said it, I know I'm big and what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And see, a lot of people don't know how to a lot of people don't know how to have humor in themselves, because I'm one of them ones. If I can't talk about me first, I have no reason to talk about nobody else, because I sure put me out there first before I put anybody else out there.
you got to. You have to. That's what comedy,
Mhm.
for me, everybody get into comedy for different reasons. Some people get into comedy because they're great joke writers. Some people get into
Mhm.
comedy because they're naturally funny. Some people are just naturally funny. You got some
Mhm.
people that will crack up at a family reunion, crack up, y'all playing cards, they cracking up.
Yep.
I I wouldn't say I took the lead on
Mhm.
being naturally funny, but I was always a
Mhm.
talker.
Okay.
I was always a talker. So I had to kind of learn the basics of comedy and I took advantage of the fact that I always loved people. Like I'm a people
Mhm.
person. So when I got
Mhm.
on stage, that's the first thing I wanted to do is connect with my audience. So I kind of
Okay.
led my comedy career with that. I kind of led with the fact that I want to be a people's comedian. I want to be the
Yeah.
comedian that talks about things that mostly everyone in the crowd can relate to. Whether you're heavy, whether
Mhm.
you're small, whether you're a mother, whether you're a father, raising kids, there's different levels to comedy and there's different dynamics to me. My son ended up
Mhm.
going to prison 3 years into comedy. So
Okay.
I talked about that for many years, and it saved a lot of people just being able to laugh at
Mhm.
that and relate.
Mhm.
People flooded my inbox with, thank you, thank you, thank you. My husband's incarcerated. My son is incarcerated. My daughter's incarcerated. I was
Mhm.
incarcerated. I had no idea. When I got into comedy, I had no idea that my
Mhm.
son would be facing 7 years in prison,
Oh,
two prison
wow.
terms. I had no idea. So God truly used the platform of comedy to save
Mhm.
my life and to allow
Mhm.
me to share my gift with the world through laughter.
Wow. Isn't
Yes.
that amazing? That is amazing. That's truly amazing. And look, I see we're loving it. There, people are loving you, because Miss Camille was telling me how your followers, like you just said, your followers and your fans, they always comment and everything on your
Yeah.
page and everything like that. So that's
Yeah.
amazing. That is
Yeah.
truly amazing. So I know also, when I was looking at your bio, you said you are an actress.
Yes, I did 7 stage plays. Shout out to a good
Okay.
childhood friend of mine, Clark Clyburn from Paterson, New Jersey. Got
Mhm.
me into theater acting. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, how long have you been? You said 7 years. You've been doing the 7 years or seven stage plays.
I did seven. Yep.
You did seven stage plays. Oh, okay, okay. Um, are you still going to be doing any more acting, or is there
I
something that
want
we
to.
can go see it? Okay.
No, I want to. I'm looking to get into it more. I'm trying to find an agent right now because I want to
Mhm.
do some commercials. I want to get into acting. So I'm actually working with the casting agency right now. I'm just waiting for a role that
Okay.
fits me. Yep.
That fits you. I know that's right. So and then also I read in your bio that you are a motivational speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you talk a little bit about that?
So I've been motivational speaking since I was actually in the sixth grade.
Mhm.
I in the sixth grade, God dropped it in my heart to kind of, I wouldn't even say minister to people,
Mhm.
but kind of encourage people to follow their dreams and push past their limitations. Because I was a struggling student in school,
Okay.
and somehow I knew that that wasn't going to stop me from being successful and stop me from fulfilling my desire
Mhm.
at whatever I wanted to do. But
Okay.
a lot of it was hard for people to see that knew me close up because a lot of people at the back in the day were really focused on the grades, and grades are still, grades are everything. Your grades are everything. But
Mhm.
I like to encourage people to kind of look past, people's limitations, and look past their shortcomings,
Mhm.
because there's greatness behind, anything that looks negative. There's greatness behind it. So
Mhm.
I formed a group called Young Stars Rock, and it really is
Okay.
to encourage children to follow their dreams, um, to how to deal with bullying, and
Mhm.
those type of things. So those are things that I talk about, even bullying as adults, and and social media, how to handle
Mhm.
that type of thing. Yep.
So okay, so because I know bullying it's been the talk for many years.
Yes.
Um, there are a lot of children that are being bullied and things like that. What are some of the ways that your group assist with that?
N- Knowing who you are.
Okay.
So the children that I worked with before in the past,
Mm.
so this is a group activity. I'm gonna give you an example of a group activity.
Okay.
And this is
Okay.
even for adults, because I ran a couple of fashion shows
Mhm.
back in the day when I first started my business. And I love team building, and I love group activities, because it builds
Mhm.
um it builds teamwork in a way that a lot of people don't get that. So I want to be a
Mhm.
part of
Mhm.
that team building culture. So as an
Okay.
example, if you have 20 women or 20 children, right? You get them all in the circle,
Okay.
and you so you go around in a circle, and everyone has to give someone a compliment,
Okay.
whether you know that person or not, whether you
Okay.
met that person or not. So
Mhm.
teaching people kindness, how to speak
Mhm.
kindness towards other
Mhm.
people, instead of the first thing that you can think of is something negative, how to let kindness be the lead at your
Mhm.
conversation. And that's a
Okay.
big deal. That's a
Yes, it
big deal,
is.
because some
Yes, it
people don't
is.
know how to lead with
Mhm.
positive. We
Mhm.
like to lead with, oh, why you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to do that, you wear too much makeup, you
Mhm.
need to do that. And that can be a form of bullying.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you're doing
Yeah.
something positive, you think you're doing something encouraging, but that's not helping. Everybody don't need tough love.
Yeah. That's true.
So one of
That's
the things
true.
that I like to encourage is teaching people how to lead with kindness. So when you see
Mhm.
someone, I love that blue shirt on you. It's a beautiful color.
Yes. Mhm.
I don't know you. I don't know anything about your personality.
Yes.
So and here's a negative. Here's a negative. Oh, you wear
Mhm.
glasses too? Here's a negative. You wear glasses too? You must be,
Mhm.
you. How old are you wearing glasses? You need glasses. So you see the
Yeah.
difference. You
Yeah.
see. So I like to encourage people to lead with kindness, and you got to
Mhm.
train.
Mhm.
Sometimes people got to train their minds to do this.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody don't do it naturally, but
Mhm.
sometimes you got to look at yourself. Sometimes, and this is another exercise that I teach people how to do.
Mhm.
Stop, right? Just stop where you
Mhm.
are. Stop what you're doing, and
Mhm.
just look over your life for a minute. Just look over your life.
Oh, I'm finna do that right now. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Look over your
Okay.
life. Just stop for a minute. Don't think about what you're doing. Don't think about what we're doing. Don't think about the
Mhm.
interview. Think about your whole life.
Mhm.
Are you happy? Do you feel good about where you are? Are you safe?
Mm.
Do you find yourself always bickering with people? Are you always going back and forth with people? Or do you cry? Are you crying a lot? Like, where are you? And sometimes you
Mhm.
got to stop and to see
Mhm.
where you are, so you'll know how to move. Sometimes you
Mhm.
got to
Mhm.
remind yourself, I'm safe
Mhm.
right now. I'm
Right.
doing well. I just ate a nice meal. I'm
Yes.
loved. I feel love. I haven't
Mhm.
cried sadness in a couple of days. Sometimes you got to check your personal bank
Come on. Yes.
to see where you are. Because
Yes.
let's say if you find yourself, I'm always arguing with people, I'm always fighting with people, then let's handle that.
Mhm.
Let's handle that. Why are you
Yeah.
always fighting with people? Why are you always getting into arguments with people? Why is that leading your life? What can we change with about that? Because I don't. That's not
Yes.
comfortable.
Mhm.
So I like
Mhm.
to take inventory of myself weekly, every 2 weeks,
Mm.
to say,
Okay.
where are you? How are your kids reacting to you? How's life treating you?
Mhm.
Do you find that there was a season when I found myself to be going through I was in my Job season, and I felt
Ooh.
abandoned, and I felt isolated, and I
Ooh.
felt like everything that I knew was like fleeing from me and cutting me off, and it was not I was not comfortable.
Mm, I like that. My Job season. I love
Yeah,
that.
I
Yes.
was
Mhm.
I didn't like the way I was feeling.
Mhm.
So I had to say, well, what can I do to change that?
Yeah.
What can I do right now to change how I'm feeling? First of
Right.
all, you are alone, but you're never alone. I had to remind
Mhm.
myself that. Yeah, you may live alone, but you're never alone. God is with
Mhm.
you. God walks
Yes.
with you. He walks before you. He's going to walk after you. He's on the side of you. He's the head of your household. And
Come on.
that changed. Let me tell you something. That changed a lot of. I went for an apartment one time that I knew I wasn't qualified for, right? Because you had to have a
Mhm.
certain income. But I
Mhm.
really needed a change. I really needed God to move in my life at the
Mhm.
time. So I said to the Lord, I said, Lord, you are the head of my household.
Come on.
Fill this application out with me, Jesus.
Mhm.
And I had to speak over my life like that. So I like to, and so in my motivational speaking, I encourage people that everyone doesn't have a husband, everyone doesn't have a wife, everyone doesn't
Mhm.
have children, everyone
Yes.
doesn't have grandkids and family. So you got to be these things to yourself and ask God to connect you to people
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
that will
Yes,
show
ma'am.
up for you, not to love you, but to show up for you the way you need them to show up.
Yes.
So in this season, I'm asking God for clarity.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
need, because I get confused.
I know that's
This,
right.
I was always in a state of confusion. What does this
Mhm.
person
Mhm.
mean? What does that person mean? Does he like
Mhm.
me? Does he not like me? Is this for me? Is that for me? I went through a couple of years where I was just so confused, girlfriend. I was so confused.
Wow.
So in this season, I'm asking God for clarity. I don't want
Yes.
nothing that I don't understand.
Mhm.
I had a
Mhm.
couple of friends and I wasn't sure where we stood, and I had to let them
Mhm.
go because I need
Ooh.
clarity this season. I need
Yes, ma'am.
clarity in my career, in my household, in my career, my finances, in anything, any opportunity that I get. I want it to be clear that I'm supposed to
Yes.
be. I don't want no misunderstandings in this season.
Yes.
So that's so I'm there's things that I'm learning that I can speak over. Like I have the authority
Mhm.
to speak over
Ha!
my life.
Come on. Mm,
I don't
mm,
have to
mm.
wait to call the elders at the church, even though you should call on people. I'm also learning too in this season that it's okay to have people help you.
Yes.
I struggle with
Yes.
that. God bless
Yes.
Camille. If you're on, I love you dearly. I struggle with
Mhm.
allowing people to help me.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I do the same technique at the end of the night. I said, Monique, did you do everything you supposed to do?
Mhm.
And if I say no, is it something someone can help you with? I ask
Mhm.
myself that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need help with something.
Yeah.
And if okay, and I say yes, I do need I need help with this. I need like right now, I need help with grant writing. I need someone to write a grant for me. So
Mhm.
I'm working on finding someone to write a grant because that's not my forte. And
Yes, ma'am.
that's a big deal, to accepting the fact that you can't do
Do
everything.
something. Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
need to be connected to people that can do things we can't do. If we're connected to people that can do everything that we can do, how are we growing?
Ooh, testify. Mm-hmm.
How are we
Mm-hmm.
growing if everybody in my circle can do exactly what I've been doing already? How is
Mm-hmm.
that growth?
Right.
I want to
Right.
be around some people that can do things that I only dream of doing. I want to be around
Mm-hmm.
some people that do things that's impossible. I want to be around some people that do things that look delusional. I want some delusional friends.
I know that's right. I'm gonna use that. I want some delusional
I
friends.
want
I'm
some
gonna use that.
delusional. I want people to say, "Girl, them girls you roll with are delusional, but they're successful. You
Yes.
know, they're not
Yes.
quitters. They're determined.
Mhm.
Those are,
Mhm.
that's another word. That's a sentiment, another word for delusional,
Mhm.
successful, determined. Come on
Mhm.
now, we
So
preaching on you.
I see Miss Trish is she's loading with questions and comments. So her first, I'm gonna go back up to the top. Okay, so when you were talking about let me see, she did have a question. Let me go up. She said, what about, I'm gonna put it on the screen. She said, what about not letting other opinions of you affect you as a person?
Okay, so that's a good question. I gotta say, sometimes I have to say to myself, so here's the thing. So there's two different groups of people, three different groups of people, right? You have
Mhm.
your family, your friends, your work, and then social media. You gotta ask yourself, who's this group of people that's affecting me like this?
Right.
Who are they? You ever
Mhm.
hear someone say, "Oh, they said and they did this and they
Mhm.
who are they?"
Right.
So you need to find out who they are that's affecting me.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
once I identify who they are, come on now,
Mhm.
I will put them in their rightful category. Some people you gotta cut off.
Mhm. Yeah.
Here's the thing about cutting off: you can still be kind to people, but you won't be here.
Mm.
There's people that I follow on social media that I unfollowed. We're still
Mhm.
connected, but I had to unfollow because you're not speaking to me the way I need you to speak to me.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you got to find out who they are, who's not
Right.
believing in you, and what's the put the question up there again.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Go back. Ah, come on. Come on. Go.
Yeah, we
Let me
have to
just.
find out who they are, who's and then handle those people accordingly. What about letting others' opinion? Yeah, let you can leave it up there. People are gonna
Okay.
always have something to say.
Okay.
I lived 30 years of my life being worried about what people are going to say.
Mm.
It consumed me. And matter of fact,
Okay.
I did some damage in my life by worrying about what people are going to, whether you're doing bad or whether you're doing good. People are going to have,
Mhm.
why she doing a podcast? Why she got her hair braided on a podcast? Why she got that blue shirt on a podcast? Why it's so dark?
Mhm.
Is people gonna sometimes? You know what I have I have a five idea limit.
Okay.
Since I'm a comedian, a lot of people flood my inbox with ideas.
Mhm.
What I should be doing, what I shouldn't do, what I should say, what I should do. And sometimes it gets overwhelming, right?
Mhm.
Because I
Mhm.
always feel like I'm disappointing people by being who I am. But
Okay.
here's the thing, you will disappoint people. I'm 51 years old. I've disappointed people. It's okay.
51 where?
Here. 51 years
51
old.
where?
51. I've disappointed people, and I'm, and not, and it's never intentional. So those
Right.
people who have their opinion, you know,
Mhm.
we got to learn to put it in the pockets and keep it moving. You know,
Mhm.
depending on who it is, sometimes I'll say, is it something that I can use, Lord? If it's something that I can use, make it clear. See, this is where clarity comes back in.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
it's something, if your opinion is something that I can use, Lord,
Right.
make it clear. Drop it in my spirit. See, and I ask God to do this for me all the time. If it's something that you need me to do, drop it in my spirit, because that's gonna move me. That's gonna get me activated. That's gonna get me going. When it's just
Mhm.
here, when it's just here,
Mhm.
people got something to say. People say you should grow. I should grow my hair back. People say I'm too loud. People say, because I'm not a gospel comedian. I'm a comedian that loves God.
Amen. Okay.
And there's people that get confused about that. They're like, well, you ain't always talking about gospel. I never said I was a gospel comedian.
Mhm.
They saw you. They saw you twerking on TikTok. I I was, and I was twerk. Yeah, I sure was. So people gonna
Mhm.
always have something to say. But I say to them, whatever I need to do, whatever adjustments I need to make, drop it in my spirit. Because once something is your spirit, that's when you begin to say, all right, is there any truth to it? You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
what can I do to adjust it? And if it's
Right.
something that I can do to make changes, I will. But then after, like I said, I get a five, opinion limit. After the
Mhm.
fifth one, I'll be like, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
God is
Mhm.
good. So you just got to know who you are, know your purpose, and know that God has grace.
Mhm.
And you got to remember that God loves you. God loves you.
Yeah.
He loves you. And I just remember
Yeah.
that, walk in that, and I'm good. It saves me a lot of headache.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, she also asked another question. She said, "Can you reach my 17-year-old?"
Um, I do a lot of motivational speaking for children. I do. I do.
Mhm.
I do a lot of mentorship for young people. You know,
Mhm.
um, I do. So I would need to know specifically what some of the issues are, and I could also help mom, because here's the thing. When my son went to prison at 18, I realized that the problem wasn't that I became a prison mom.
Mhm.
The issue started before then.
Okay.
Becoming a prison mom allowed me to clean my house up and to get healing.
Okay.
So sometimes things got to break down in order to heal.
Okay.
So sometimes
Okay.
we get afraid of the storm, and we want the storm. Oh man, and I really believe that's part of the age. The age are argumentative and negative all the time. Is it a boy or is it a girl? Um, you
He's a
know,
boy.
is a boy. I had
Mhm.
to I had to let and I told my son, I said, you are gonna get yourself into trouble that I can't get you out of. My son
Okay.
was classified a behavior. He had a behavior disability when he went in. So I was suffering with the fact that he's in prison now, and they don't classify you in prison. They don't separate you in prison. They don't put you if you're special needs in this section, and if you're behavior in this section. So he spent a lot of
Mhm.
his years in solitary confinement.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be honest, this situation has allowed me to really tackle some things that have been going on in my household for a long time.
Okay.
Sometimes we think it's the kids, and sometimes we think it's just we can't control what the kids do. But one mistake that I did make is that I didn't get my son the help that he needed. He's a straight
Mm.
at me and his dad. He argues back debates with us. This year he's 17, got he knows everything. Let me tell you something. That sounds like he a lawyer. That sounds like he a
Oh, which
lawyer.
one you okay, which one you read? Oh, you must be reading the
That
last
sound
one.
like he's
Okay.
gonna
I'm
be a
like, what you
lawyer.
reading?
That sounds like he is gonna be a lawyer. And I know that's
Mhm.
nerve wracking. Pray over that. Asking God to help you. Is it something that you missing? Because let me tell you something. What seems like something negative, what seems like something that maybe is disruptive, maybe a blessing,
Mhm.
maybe a blessing.
Mhm.
So ask
Yeah.
God to show you if there's anything that you're missing. See, if God showed you that he was going to be a lawyer now, you wouldn't give him the glory along the way. So he's not going to show
Mm.
you what the end result is. Come on now, Jesus. He's not going to
Yeah.
show. If God had told me 10 years ago that my son would be okay, I wouldn't have been praising him all the way through
Yes.
because
Yes.
I knew what was going to happen. But see, that's sometimes God don't show you what's going to happen.
Mhm.
Sometimes you got to
Mhm.
go through the storm. You got to go through the pain. You got to ask the Lord to show you how to deal with him. He sounds like he's gonna be a lawyer to me. He's argumentative. He think he know everything. Take him to court. Introduce him to some lawyers.
Yes.
Introduce him to some
Yes.
lawyers. Get him connected with a law firm. See if his
Mhm.
school. Call a college to see what classes he can take now to prepare him for law school. Okay. My
Mm.
daughter's husband is a lawyer. I remember her telling me, his mother is saying, when he was a little kid, he knew everything and he always had something to say. And now he's a whole lawyer.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
talker when I was growing up. My mother, I talk. I would talk your head off. And I ain't nothing changed, but I'm using it now to make people laugh. When I was in
Mhm.
school, third grade, fifth grade, high school, when I was in the workforce, that's on my reports in HR and in school. Monique is too talkative. Monique is too talkative. Monique is too talkative. Now God is using me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what seems like a flaw, what seems like a headache, what seems like I'm asking you as a mother. Be
Mhm.
patient with him. Ask God to grant you patience because, honey, it's going to pay off. Your baby is going to be a lawyer or a judge.
Mm.
And I'm going to need you to
Ooh-wee.
hold tight. I'm going to need you to support him. I'm going to need you to
Mhm.
challenge him. Maybe once a week, you guys can have some debates. Pick a topic once a week. You want to debate? You want to argue? Argue about something that's meaningful.
Mhm.
Argue about something
Mhm.
that's meaningful. Let's argue about finances. A lot of families don't have these topics, where we can talk about finances and politics and history. So we go out in the world, we arguing with everybody when those conversations, you can,
You can
instead of
happen at home.
always turn up, right. Instead of always turning
Mhm.
up and doing this, we can have debates at home where it's healthy debates. We're teaching our children that it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to be passionate about what you feel.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right now, y'all got. All right now, let me calm my nerves down.
Ah, ah, come on. Look, I'm enjoying. Look, Trish, Trisha.
Yeah,
We talk, y'all. Trisha is my good friend. But Trisha, we talk.
set up a whole debate. Have a game night and have a debate. Let him be the lawyer. You be the judge. Come on now.
Mhm.
Work with him. He's 17. He about to make you some
Mhm.
money, honey.
Now
Yes.
she did ask you a question. She said she needs to have confidence. Where did that question go? I was gonna bring that up to you. Yeah, she said I need to feel confident.
Yeah, confidence is, let me tell you something. Confidence is something, and I think it's important. Like, okay, so for me, for instance,
Mhm.
I lacked a lot of physical confidence growing up.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and I can give you a list of reasons why.
Mhm.
And confidence building is simply just retraining your mindset, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
All of us have flaws. All of us have insecurities. Every woman on earth, some heads are too big, some necks is too big, sometimes our ears too big,
Yeah.
sometimes we're not confident on the job, you
Yeah.
know. I was, because I was working in an environment where all of my colleagues were educated. They were college grads. And I was coming in. Oh, I was coming in, barely graduating high school. So how did I build my confidence? I'm gonna tell you
Mm.
how. Know your weaknesses and know your strengths.
Mm.
Know what areas you're weak in. Know what makes you feel insecure.
Mhm.
Know what makes you feel that way. Know that. No, this is for you. This is your own information. You know that. This way nobody can
Mhm.
hold it against me. I know this already.
Mhm.
I didn't come to you as a graduate of Spelman. I didn't come to you as a graduate of any HSBCUs. I didn't come to you. I probably said that wrong. I didn't come to you as a graduate of Howard University, Delaware State. I'm coming to you, and this is all I could bring to the table. And what I could bring to the table, I'm
Mhm.
confident. I'm confident with
Yes.
what I could bring to the table. Sometimes you
Yes.
gotta know I can't bring that to the table, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
come. Well, what I'm coming with, I'm good at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know I can't make macaroni and cheese, but I'm gonna fry the chicken.
Come on now. Come
I'm gonna
on
fry
now.
the. I can't make ribs, but I'm gonna make the potato salad. Come on now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know who you are and know what you bring
Mhm.
to the table. Wake up every day. Trisha, wake up every day and say, what am I bringing to the table today?
Mhm.
What am I bringing to the table today? Today, I'm bringing love. Can nobody love like me today? Because I'm gonna love on
Mhm.
everything that come my way.
Mm. Mm.
Tomorrow, I'm bringing unforgiveness. I'm a forgive. Can nobody touch that?
Yes.
I'm bringing food to the table. I know I cook. I got a girlfriend that cooks with love, and I love when she posts her videos because you could tell that she loves what she's doing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And here's the thing: we can't stop the rain from coming. We can't stop life from lifing. But as a
Yes, ma'am.
grown woman, we gotta know what we bring to the table. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
told myself this when I was a kid. When I knew I was not going to college, when I knew I was struggling in school from 8th grade. I said to myself, Monique, what do you bring to the table? Focus on that.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
you falling short in this area. I mean, I wish it was different, but you do fall short in this area.
Mhm.
And guess what? There's somebody that wants what you're bringing to the table.
Yes.
There's
Yep.
somebody that wants what you're bringing to the table,
Yeah.
shortcomings and all. So we gotta,
Mm.
these are things that we gotta and I see. I feel like the mothers back in the day, they weren't able to have these conversations with one another. I never struggle. I always have organized ways of thinking, and I try to stay one step ahead. That's right. That's all we can do. That's
Mhm.
all we
Mhm.
can do. We are responsible for our own happiness. We're
Mhm.
responsible for our own joy. And here's the thing. It's always going to be something that we're insecure about. I'm a big girl, right? I'm a
Yeah.
big girl. I'm 200 pounds. I'm a big girl, right? And I'm on stage making people laugh. But one thing I'm going to make sure is that I look decent. I'm gonna make sure
Mhm.
I look decent on stage. So you find ways to work with your insecurity. You try to work with your insecurity. I've always had bad skin. Always had a lot of acne, discoloration my whole life.
Mhm.
But I
Mhm.
found ways to match my skin with some nice foundation, clean my skin. I try to watch what I eat. Um,
Mhm.
and I try to work with the things that, you know, thank you. Thank you. But you wouldn't believe all the insecurities that I dealt with my whole life, you know.
Mhm.
So I love eyeshadow. I love
Mhm.
eyeshadow. So I love colors, and I learned how to do eyeshadow. But you would never believe that a person that knows how to do her own makeup always felt insecure about her skin.
Yeah.
But you got to say to yourself, are you going to let your insecurities control your whole life? People will eat you alive. And I don't want that.
Mhm.
What do you want out of your life? I don't want that. I don't want nobody eat me alive. I want to feel good like everybody else.
Mhm. I know that's right. Man. Man. Cause them struggles are real when I okay, y'all know I talk about me first. So I understand when you say know your weaknesses and know where you fall short at.
Mhm.
Um I started I lost a lot of confidence at a young age.
Mm,
I I lost a lot of confidence in everything when I lost my mom,
mm,
1995.
mm,
I really just started, and this is right hand to the man, on God's truth. I just really start getting my confidence back. Now you heard me say 1995. I just really start getting my confidence back. I want to say 2015.
mm, mm.
I
Okay.
used to feel so insecure. I felt insecure about how I looked. I felt insecure about my weight. I felt insecure because, oh, you a woman with 4 kids. Ain't nobody gonna want you. You got all them kids. Ain't no man gonna want no woman with no 4 kids.
Mm.
But let me tell you what God said. God said, I sent you a man that wants you and your 4 kids. And today we got 11 grandkids. Come on now.
Come on now. Come on.
So it's like
Come
we have to, like you said, get those noises out of our head. And I tell
have to.
everybody the hardest thing for me to do when I started loving myself and having confidence in myself is go stand in the mirror and look in the mirror and say, I love you. I
Mm,
forgive you. It starts
yes,
with you.
yes, yes.
And that's how I started building up my confidence and things like that. And hey, it don't matter. I got backflaps, done laps, and everything else, and I love each and every last one of them. You have to have that confidence and look in the
You
mirror
got
and,
what? You got
huh?
what? You said you
I
got
got
what?
backflaps, and done laps, and I love each and every one of them.
That's right. That's why you have to. You have to
Mhm.
because you know it's honestly people. People come and go, right? And even
Mhm.
the people that stay around, you want to you want them to feel comfortable around you.
Yeah.
That's important too. Like you want them to feel people feel your energy.
Yeah.
And people feel your energy even before they meet you, even before they really get to know who you are. So a lot of times,
Mhm.
especially in grown women, insecurities come across in so many different ways. It comes
Yeah.
across as jealousy. It comes across, and you can be none of that. You can be
Yeah.
none of that. But because you are not
Mhm.
feeling good about yourself, people assume these things
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
That's why we have to break down these things inside of us before we worry about what other people feel. And we have to make sure: Are we walking around being messy? Are we walking
Mhm.
around being insecure? We're we're jealous of other people? You got to
Mhm.
before. And here's the thing: these are conversations you have with yourself in private.
Yeah.
Do I have a jealous spirit? I remember one time, um, one of my best friends, I was working with one of my best friends, and
Mhm.
my son, it was graduation time. My son got arrested in December. He was locked up, and her son and my son is the same age. And
Mhm.
her son was going to prom. Her son was going to graduate, and her son was going to college. And I would just sit there and listen, and my insides would be so destroyed. I wanted her to just shut up because my son was in prison.
Mhm.
I wanted her to say, "Shut up," because my son was in prison. And instead of messing up that friendship, instead of lashing out on her, instead of
Mhm.
instead of getting smart, because let me tell you something: jealousy will seep out.
Yes, it will.
Jealousy will sneak up from under a rock. And
Yes,
I
it
said,
will.
before that happens, because me and her have been friends for years. She
Mhm.
was one of my best friends. In fact, she was like a mother figure. I said, before
Mhm.
I mess up this good relationship, let me take this jealousy feeling that I have. I'm going to call it a
Mhm.
thing. I'm going to call it a thing,
Mhm.
and I'm going to take it to the altar.
Yeah.
I was honest about it. I said, Lord, I'm feeling jealous about this. Our conversations make me feel insecure. Her son is a
Mm.
college graduate. My son is in prison. I'm feeling insecure about that, Lord. I'm feeling jealous about that, Lord. I don't want it to interfere in our relationship. Show me how to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when God began to show me what my purpose was, when He began to show me why He's sending me through this storm, I began to handle conversations like that better.
Mhm.
I begin to know my journey. I begin to understand my assignment. And when knowing your assignment, you have to go through certain things, and it may not be pretty. It may not
Yeah.
be something to brag about. It may not be this. It may not be that. But once you understand your assignment, you can handle uncomfortable conversations differently.
Yes, you can. Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
congratulate people now because you understand your assignment.
Yes.
I may not know what the finish line is gonna be. I may not understand what everything is gonna be, but I understand that I am on assignment. So I can
Mhm.
have a conversation with you. I remember another time when I was going through a divorce, and my cousins, right in the middle of my divorce, a good friend of mine and my cousin was
Mhm.
getting married.
Right.
They wanted me to be in the wedding.
Mm.
So I said, Lord, mine ain't work out. I love
Mhm.
these two women.
Mhm.
Before I say yes, fix my heart.
Mhm.
Before I say yes, fix my energy.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to be in, and see, I'm tearing up. I don't want to be in anybody's wedding mad and bitter. I can't
Yes.
celebrate with them. I'm
Yes.
angry that mine didn't work out. I'm jealous. Even if you love, see, here's the thing: you can be jealous of somebody you love.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you
Jealousy is
can.
an emotion that you do not handle, and it's
Mhm.
it's it's, it's common. It's normal.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
said to God, I said, before I say yes to these women,
Mhm.
I need you to release me of this jealousy.
Yes.
I want to be able to show up to be happy for my friends and my cousin, to be in a positive mood, a positive space. I don't want to be standing there with the bouquet on the reception line looking and I wish it was me. I ain't got
Mm.
a man. Because let me tell you something, a jealous person will do anything.
Yeah, they would.
A jealous person
Yeah,
will
they
do
would.
anything.
Yeah, they would.
A jealous person is
Yes,
a
they would.
selfish person, and they'll do it. Even if they say they love you, they'll do something. So I said, Lord, I don't want that to be me.
Mhm.
So I need you to
Mhm.
fix my energy, fix my spirit. And I was in their wedding. I was so happy for them. I wish them the best. And I just know who I am as far as things that I have trouble with. I know how
Yeah.
to take it to the altar. I said, God, I can't. I don't
Mm.
know what to do with it. That's making me. I don't like it, Lord. Fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta put it down and come back to it and deal with it at another time. I had to tell somebody today. Somebody wanted me to do something, and they were like, "Get it to me at the end of the day." And I said, I was getting anxiety about it, and I said, I text them. I said, "I'll have it to you before the weekend's up," and I felt good about that because you got to know your boundaries. I don't
Ooh.
have anxiety. I don't want to be anxious. I
Ooh.
get it to you
Yeah.
before the end of the week. Give me a couple of days. It's okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes we got to speak up for ourselves.
Yeah.
People
Sometimes
may
we
not
gotta
like
know no means no. No means no.
People may not like it, but sometimes you got to speak up for
Mhm.
yourself because at the end of the day, you gotta your anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety, so I have to know how to handle myself.
I'm
I
with
get
you.
anxious. That's why I'm single because I can't. Every time I meet somebody, I get anxiety. I start getting nervous. I start chat. It's a mess. I'm and God be like, you know what? God be like, you know what? You do too much. Just relax.
Mhm.
So when I learn how to relax, I think God is gonna send my husband when I learn how to relax. Because I get too anxious and excited.
I know that's right. Well, we have come to. I know I have enjoyed you, Miss Monique. So you know you gotta come back. We gotta have a part two, and I'm gonna let you choose when you want to come back.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely gonna come back because I feel like we ain't done.
Right, you know.
Yeah.
But we have come to our hour. Like I said, I'm gonna let you choose when you come back. So when you're ready to come back, you let me know. You got my phone number and you got my email. Be like, hey, I'm ready to come back. Let's do part two. So yeah,
Yes. Okay.
so just let me know. So take these last few minutes and let the people know what you have coming up and if they want to reach you, where they can find you at.
Okay, so thank you. First, I want to say thank you for having me. It's been a privilege and honor to be on Aspire Talk. Great platform. I felt comfortable, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a good little laugh. I enjoyed myself, so I
Mm-hmm.
want to say thank you to you. Secondly, you can find me on all platforms, Monique Latise. I'm on all platforms, Monique Latise. I also have a support group for women and men of families for I'm getting tongue tied. I have a support group for families with incarcerated loved ones. It's called Love
Mm.
Beyond Bars 2. It's for families with incarcerated loved ones. That's long. So it's on Facebook, Love Beyond Bars 2. So if you have family members, children, or anyone that's incarcerated and you feel like you need some support and encouragement, you can join my Facebook support group on Facebook. And then I also have a program that I started in 2011 called Young Stars Rock, and it teaches young people how to be entertainers and how to follow their dreams and build confidence. Yep. So
Okay.
that's where you can find me. It's called Young Stars Rock.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Mom
Perfect.
who
Do
lost a
you?
child. Not anything for moms that lost a child, but I will tell you this: if you join my support group, Love Beyond Bars 2, TOO, Love,
Okay.
LOVE, bars with a Z, 2,
Okay.
um, there's some things that can help you because when my son went away to prison, when he went on a run, um, I was mourning. I was mourning, and there's some things I had to do spiritually to get through that process. So even though I didn't lose him physically, when you have a child that's in the streets, it's almost like you have to mourn your child. So
Mm.
yes, I have something for you as well. So join the group, Love Beyond Bars 2. You can reach out to me on Instagram. Yep, you can reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook if you have any future questions. And thank you so much, Camille. I appreciate you, everything that you do, and keep doing your thing.
That is so. Oh, that, y'all look. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna do this again. I want to thank Miss Camille from Game Changer. She is also my business partner. I want to thank her again because the people that she has been connecting with, and like you said, Miss Monique, it's the people that God sent to you that you may not have it, but they do. And that's
Yes.
how you grow. And I truly want to give Miss Camille her flowers because she has been sending me some amazing, amazing people. And I truly do appreciate her and what she does and what she contributes to Inspiration 98.7. So I do want to give her a shout out and give her a big thank you because she is truly an amazing person.
Really
Um,
is.
and what I would like to do before we let you go, first, Let everybody know my name is Shonda Orlesia. You can find me on Facebook as Shonda Orlesia. Uh, that's one of my business page. That's if you want to get me, or if you want to do anything with the radio station, anything on social media is Inspiration 98.7. You can go there and find that. Also, we have coming up next week, we have one of our very own, Miss Shelley LJ, just became a newly published author. So she will be on our show next Friday, talking about her book and sharing the information on what inspired her to write that book. Also, make sure you guys come back on Sunday, the 29th from 4 to 7. We are celebrating Gospel Heritage Month. So we're gonna have like a small concert. We have some amazing artists, we have independent artists, and we have some established artists that's going to be here. So that's going to be Sunday the 29th from 4 to 7. That's going to be right here on Inspiration 98.7 radio, as well as YouTube and Facebook. So you guys make sure you tune in there. You will see the flyers spruing around. Also, we extended. I know this a lot. We have extended the gift beyond measures. So if you guys have been seeing me post on Facebook, we are blessing 5 families this year. We did it last year, but we are blessing 5 families for the Christmas holiday season. All you have to do is go and nominate the family. The link is on my Facebook. You most definitely can go there, click on the link, nominate the family. We will be choosing no later than October the 15th, so we can go ahead and start the shopping for those amazing families that will be chosen. You also can donate if you're not in the Atlanta area, or if you're gonna fly to the Atlanta area. If you know you're gonna be down here in December, you can also be a part of it. But you also can donate. You can send it to I'll send all that information out. It's most definitely on the form. I'll have a form for that, so you can go ahead and donate. I have to get that out there because I forgot to do the donation form. But you guys most definitely can donate to the cause. We truly do appreciate any donations. We will accept them. With that being said, oh, one more thing. I want to congratulate Princess and Trucking Jams again for being the number one show on Inspiration 98.7. This is the second month in a row she's been number one. And this is also her second year anniversary on Inspiration 98.7. So happy anniversary, Princess and Trucking Jams. Make sure y'all catch up with her replay show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 I think it's 12 Central Standard Time on Inspiration 98.7 Radio. And now, Miss Monique, we never let anyone leave our show without first saying thank you so much for being here. You are truly an inspiration to us all. You are in your winning season, and I can't wait to see what God is going to do next in your life. Okay?
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
And And with that being said, we never let anyone leave without giving inspirational thought or leaving us with some type of inspiration before they leave the show to the listeners and the ones that's watching as well.
Wow. Okay. So my inspirational thought today is trust the process. Trust the
Mm,
process. And trust that everyone around you is part of the plan.
mm.
Good, bad, indifferent. Trust the process. Yep, that's it.
And, and y'all heard it right here first on Inspired Talk on Inspiration 98.7. Thank you guys so much. We love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you guys make sure you start. What's today? Friday? Y'all hang out and listen to Inspiration 98.7. They got some good music on there today, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Thank y'all. Bye. Good night. Don't leave, Miss Monique.
Bye.